What's good? What's good? It's the one and only, but what do I know boxer coming back at y'all with another one, man. So we got Gabe Rosado in the news, man. Shout out to Gabe Rosado, who has won his fight yesterday. I definitely wanted to do a segment on Gabe Rosado, man, because I've actually been a fan of Gabe Rosado since 2013, January 2013 to be specific, when he faced Triple G. Now, yesterday he had a fight against I don't know this guy, Chris Polu Javier Andino, who had the identical record of Gabe Rosado. And that's funny. Gabe Rosado was 26 and 17, and so is his opponent. And that's rare. That's actually rare that happens. I think the last time I remember it, I know it happened after this, but the first time I noticed it, in a big fight, was with Terrence Crawford and Yorkis Gamboa, who both had an identical record. I think it was like 23-0 with 16 knockouts. I think I know both of their records were identical, from the knockouts to the wins to it was identical, and I thought that was funny. But anyways, Gabe Rosado was fighting somebody. But like, the thing about it is, Gabe Rosado is not your typical 26 and 17 type of guy. Like, if you guys know what I mean, Gabe Rosado is probably the most experienced of all those with guys with records like that. In a lot of fights, Gabe Rosado, or I ain't gonna say a lot, but a few of his fights that he should have won were either losses or draws or whatever. But I wanted to just briefly go into it, man. First of all, I think Gabe stopped him. I can't remember what round it was he stopped him in, but you guys saw it. He got a stoppage and whatnot, and I'm very proud of Gabe Rosado. Now, I don't like the criticism that he's been given towards Devin Haney. I think that a lot of the fans that dislike Devin Haney, I think a lot of it is just unwarranted. I'm not gonna make this video about Devin Haney, but I really feel like I don't understand the hate for Devin. I don't understand the hate for Devin whatnot. I keep for some reason want to say Danny Garcia, but I don't understand the hate for Devin for whatever reason. Because I just think that he's somebody that we should really appreciate, who always chases the best fights that's available for him. You can hate on him all you want, but one thing about it is you cannot deny the fact that he wants to chase the biggest and the best fights that are possible. But regardless, man, I've always respected and I've always loved Gabe Rosado's heart and his career and what he's done for the sport in general. And I wanted to take this time to just go over his record, man. Like, obviously he has the record now of 27 and 17 with 15 knockouts. If you look at his record, you'll be like, what the hell, bro? But the dude is really good, man, and I think he's doing good for himself. He actually has this boxing gym in his house, or a boxing gym in his. I don't think he used to own a boxing gym. I don't think that he had one in like Los Angeles. But I don't know if he still does, but I know for a fact he has one in his house, as you guys can see even on the screen. But let's go into his record, man. Because I think I do want to just give him his flowers, you know what I'm saying? Let's see here, pull it up. All right, here we go. So, going back, I'm gonna go all the way to the Triple G fight, because that's when I first started paying attention to him. But even before that, he got Jesus Soto Carras on his resume, and that dude, actually, I want to say dude beat Andre Berto. Let me look into that real quick. I think he beat Andre Berto. He got a victory over Andre Berto, stoppage over him at that. Like in the 12th round, because Andre Berto had hurt his arm in that fight. If you guys remember that fight, Andre Berto definitely hurt his arm in that fight. Yeah, he does. A 12th round stoppage to Andre Berto. But I do remember Andre Berto hurt his arm in that fight one night. So let's see here. Okay, there we go. Yeah. But anyways, so he definitely has some really good wins on his resume. But Triple G, that was that he came up from 154 pounds to fight Triple G. I think he was ranked number 1 in one of the organizations at 154. And he moved up to fight Triple G. You know, it just says a lot about who he is, because the dude is not afraid to take on any type of challenges. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta appreciate that. Let's see here. After he fought Triple G in 2013, he fought J'Leon Love, which they robbed the hell out of dude in that fight. He even dropped J'Leon Love, and I don't know how they tried to give that fight to J'Leon Love. If you now, it's ruled as a no contest now, but that's because J'Leon Love ended up testing positive for a banned substance. But if you watch that fight, bro, Gabe Rosado won that fight clearly. And I just never thought highly of J'Leon Love as a fighter. I like him as a person, but as a fighter, I never thought highly of him. So then, after J'Leon Love, he then moved on to fight Peter Quillin in a fight where I thought that they stopped the fight because of cut or whatnot. But I thought that he was coming back to beat Peter Quillin. Peter Quillin was winning the fight at first, but I thought Gabe Rosado was making a comeback in that fight. And he really was looking good. Like, he was looking like on the path of like beating Peter Quillin, and then they stopped the fight because he had a bad gash or whatever. So that kind of sucked. He moved on to fight Jermell Charlo. And I ain't gonna lie, I thought he lost that fight. I remember he was saying, like, he was like complaining about that fight afterwards. Like, he was like, you know, I just can't get a fair shake or whatnot. But I ain't gonna lie, he was not robbed in that fight. I thought he clearly lost that fight to Jermell Charlo. And he even later came back and was like, when they asked about that fight, he was just like, I just remember it being a boring fight. Which it wasn't nothing spectacular that happened in that fight, but he definitely lost that fight. Then he went on to fight David Lemieux, and where he got stopped in the 10th round. I think he said he had like a detached retina or whatnot in his eye. So, you know, that you know, messed him up or whatnot. He beat Joshua Clottey, which is a very good victory in my opinion. He lost to Willie Monroe. I don't know how I really thought that he was gonna beat Willie Monroe, bro. I don't think highly of Willie Monroe at all. He lost to Martin Murray. I thought he should have won that fight. He had a draw with Luis Arias, and I promised the guy he definitely won that fight. I had that fight 8 rounds to 4 for him. And I don't know how they gave that fight to Luis Arias or whatever his name is. I mean, or gave it a draw. Dude, definitely, Gabe Rosado won that fight. Like, hands down, Gabe Rosado won that fight. I don't know how. That was just a big-ass robbery for real. That was crazy. Matt Selesky, I thought he lost that fight. Let me see. Danny Jacobs could have went to him. I love the fight with Beck the Bully. I was so happy when he knocked out Beck the Bully. I was so proud of dude, bro. It was like, man, and that was a beautiful. It was beautiful how he did it, man, because he dropped low. When he got low, that allowed Beck the Bully to come in with his guard low. And when Gabe dropped low, he punched over the top and just had Beck the Bully run right into it, bro. It was beautiful, man. He lost to Jaime McGill, but put up a good fight. Shane Mosley Jr., I thought he would have beat Shane Mosley Jr., but Shane Mosley Jr. ended up beating him. And then, you know, he lost to Beck the Bully again. But the dude has fought like so many big names, man. Like, just because he beat Kasim Uma. I mean, the dude has been in there with just so many big names, bro. Derek Ennis, I believe that's Jerron Ennis' brother. But anyways, Jesus Soto Caraz, Gennady Golovkin, Peter Quillin, Jermell Charlo, David Lemieux, Joshua Clottey, Martin Murray, Glenn Tapia, that was a good win. I don't care for Luis, but Matt Selesky, Danny Jacobs, Beck the Bully, Jaime McGill, like, he's just been in there with all sorts of fighters, and he's always given us the fights that we want. So I want to definitely take this time to, and he never ducked anybody or anything like that. I want to take this time to give this man his props. I've always been a fan of Gabe Rosado, and I wish him the best. I hope he continues to dominate. Well, he hasn't dominated the sport, but he's definitely made enough money to be comfortable, and that's all I can care about. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe. What do you think about Gabe Rosado? But what do I know?